Hey everybody, what is up? How's everybody doing? Yes, I look chilled. Okay, today was a chill day for me, okay? I woke up, I watched the inauguration. Lord Jesus, thank you so much for releasing us from the shackles of the devil. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Jesus. We are released from the shackles of the devil. That man who was y'all president, he is no longer president. He is gone. He is out. Bye-bye. He will never run again for presidency because he got impeached twice. So it's over. It's a wrap. Goodbye. No. 4 years of hell. Okay? We are not the United States anymore. We were the divided states, and I hope that Joe Biden, Biden, okay, president, because he's our president, President Biden, all right, and Madam Vice President Kamala Harris. Whew, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. I hope that they fumigated the White House and, the Capitol and, where Kamala's office is at. I hope, and her house, I hope that they fumigated it. I hope that they disinfected everything. I hope they performed an exorcism. I hope that they saged that place, and I hope that they laid a prayer into everything that has to do with the president and vice president, because get rid of the evil spirits. Get rid of those evil spirits. Get rid of those demons and start fresh. Because y'all, it's a new presidency. Thank God. Thank God we are released from the shackles of the devil. Thank God. Congratulations, Joseph Biden. Congratulations to Kamala Harris. Congratulations, all right? And also, I just want to say this. If y'all was for that man that was in the White House, if y'all was for him, and if y'all supported him, no, this ain't the type of channel for you, because I don't support anything that man has spewed the past 4 years. He has spewed hate. He has spewed racism, homophobia, xenophobia, and just pure ignorance. I cannot believe that this country elected a reality TV star who has no background in politics whatsoever to be president. Like, how do we come to this? And 4 years of nothing. And I am so glad that he is gone. And the things that he did, there's a special place for him. And it's not at the pearly gates. It's not at the pearly gates. It's somewhere hot where he is going and where his colleagues are going that supported him. That's it. So congratulations, Joseph Biden and Kamala Harris. Congratulations. Okay, so I had to get that out here. I had to get that out of there. Okay, get that out. So thank you, Jesus. But yes, today's a chill day. I took a shower, put on my pajamas back on. Okay, this is chilled Aaliyah right now. Okay, chilled Aaliyah. Got my scarf on, y'all. I'm getting my hair done next week. It's gonna be a new Aaliyah. Y'all not gonna be seeing red anymore. Y'all just gonna have to wait and see. Okay, so we are here for another episode of Animal Kingdom, another review of Animal Kingdom, season 1, episode 6, childcare. So let's get into it. So we see Pope. He's in a waiting cell. So obviously he just got out of jail. It's been a couple of weeks and you're back in jail. Something must have happened, okay? So next we see Baz and Paul, Nikki's dad. They're driving just on a road, going fast in Baz's car. Okay. We see Smurf walking into the jail, and she runs into Pope's parole officer. And come to find out that Pope failed a drug test. He failed it. He failed the drug test. And y'all remember, Pope was not on his pills. Pope wasn't on his pills when he got out of jail in the first couple of episodes of the season. He was not taking his medication. And so Smurf decided to take people's medication that was prescribed to Pope and give it to him. So the drugs that were found in Pope's system that got him back in jail is because of drugs that Smurf has been giving him, that she's been, crushing up and putting it in his food or beverages. So that is why he failed his drug test. Baz and Paul, they pull up in to get something to eat. Paul has his briefcase with him. It's like, why you got your briefcase with you, dude? Like, what's going on? So Baz was like, yeah, I can, just leave it in the car. Everything's gonna be good. Paul was like, no, 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 no. It's fine. It's fine. I'll just take it with me. Okay. Weird attachment to his briefcase for reasons. So Nikki is asking, Jay, like, what do you want for dinner? Do you want Mexican? You want Chinese? You want Italian? And she was like, it's kind of weird that, this is all happening. Like, you're coming to dinner with my family. And so they're at school and they're about to go into class. Alexa isn't there. Alexa is the science teacher. She's not there. It's a substitute teacher. So Jay sits down and he texts, Alexa saying, where are you? Like, where are you at? Okay. We get to Alexa and she's talking to the agent. Come to find out that the reason why that Alexa is working with the agent because she got busted was it she was trying to sell heroin? No, she was trying to get heroin from a undercover cop, which landed her getting arrested and working out a deal for her not to go to jail. So she's working with cops because of her what she did. If y'all hear something, my humidifier is running. I hate the winter because my skin starts like my skin starts drying and like dry skin patches, like it's all like always like right here, in my nose area. So it's like I had the humidifier on, if you guys can hear that. Get some moisture into this room. So she's working in cahoots with the detective, and the detective tells her, put on your shoes, we're gonna go on a little trip. Okay. So Baz and Paul, they're laughing and talking. Baz is making up this story about how, he's lying, basically. He's lying to Paul. He's making up this story about how he got in like this disagreement with his boss, and then his boss fired him, and then Baz did something, and he was just making up the story to try to get stuff out of Paul. And so Baz asked him, like, have you ever thought about getting back at your boss? And Paul was like, yeah, I mean, who hasn't thought about that? And Baz was like, so what would you do? Paul was like, I'll make some adjustments in the paperwork, which means that, what was it? Yeah. Make sure, do something with the paperwork to make sure money from the ATM machines, basically like a shortcoming of money. And so he works at the Navy. He works at the military. Okay. So y'all know military is like, has to be like on point with everything. Like the Army, the Navy, the the Marine Corps, Coastal Guard, Space Force, even the National Guards, like they are like armed forces and everything. Military is like very like secure about stuff. And so basically like Bass asked him like, so like would the military know about any of the money leaving? And Paul was like, no, it happens all the time. They just don't want to talk about it. So Bass is coming up with some ideas in his head. That's what you get for talking, man, and not asking him like questions like, not like obvious questions. No, like he's just coming up with stuff to try to get into Paul's head. And Paul is basically like feeding into it, giving him, not knowing that he's giving him ammunition to come up with a job to try to possibly, mess with Paul and his job. And so yeah, Baz is like formulating stuff in his head. Next we see Pope and Smurf. Come to find out he tested positive for LSD. And he was like, I never took LSD in my life. And like they made him take a drug test twice. So obviously Pope is pissed about what's going on. And so then Smurf, she gets a text from Baz about a job that he has in mind. So the detectives take not Catherine, Alexa to this like abandoned dirt property, and she tells him that what are their names? No, I forgot to write their names, but she was saying like, okay, these two people, they were doing like a stream of like small robberies and things like that, banks, and small like little crime robberies, not like the big ones, but like small robberies throughout California. And so they got caught, and they were forced to be in cahoots with the detective. And one thing was to get information on the Cody family. And so the people were getting close to Smurf and family, but Smurf had a feeling that these two people were in cahoots with the detectives, and she sent Pope to burn down this house. And come to find out that, wait, nope, never mind. I'm ahead of myself. But yeah, she takes them to a place burned down. Basically, Alexa was like, so you want me to be afraid that the Codys might burn down my house working with you? And she's kind of scared of that, because she, of course, I mean, she doesn't want to die, but it's like you have to be in cahoots with this detective because of what you did, but it's like you don't want to hurt Jay. Basically, she just doesn't want to hurt Jay. So the boys, they're talking about Pope and how he got arrested for LSD and everything like that. So Baz arrives, and he tells them about the job. He was like, we're gonna rob dang it, what was the name of it? They're gonna rob a military base. And Baz was like, there's a ton of cash there, but I don't have everything situated yet, but it's going to take time. It's going to take a lot more. Of course, I mean, it's not like a robbery where it's not like you're robbing a bank, or like you're robbing something that's not like, that doesn't have the advanced security as a military base, because you can, I don't know. I've never done any type of criminal activity in my life. So I don't know how many days or weeks or months it may take to, commit a crime or whatever, robbing a bank or something like that. But you're talking about a military base. A military. Okay, this isn't, like I said, this isn't like a pharmacy. This isn't like a bank. This isn't like a cell phone or like a jewelry store. No, this is like advanced military, highly trained, armed, people who are snipers, who are trained to take out whoever with armed weapons. Like, you're robbing a military, like top of the line security. You're robbing a military base. So of course it's gonna take time, because you have to look at every in and out of that military base. You need to make sure your I's are dotted, your T's are crossed, everything. You need to make sure every nook and cranny is covered in order for you to rob a military base. Because like I said, the military base is like high secure, high tech, like you need to make sure you have everything, your ducks in a row, if you're going to rob a military base. And so Pope, he's not on board with it. Pope, he's not down with it, because Bass was like, we're going to bring in Paul, Nikki's dad. And Pope was like, no. Why are you bringing outsiders into what we have? Just like in Good Girls. Because y'all remember on Good Girls and Good Girls Review that they're bringing in more people to clean more money. I'm talking about Good Girls now. But y'all remember that review when I said, like, do not bring in people who don't know how you guys operate, because you're going to have to teach them your ways, and if they screw up, then it's on you. Same thing, because that can happen, because anybody can flip. The three of you have something already going and it's working. You guys haven't been caught, but now you're bringing in new people, which could possibly screw up what you guys have. Good Girls. Same thing here applies to Animal Kingdom. This family, everything's been good except for Pope going to jail and like things like that. But it's like, don't bring in other people into this family that don't know how operate how y'all operate, and stuff can get lost in translation. and stuff can go south, and y'all can get caught because y'all have somebody who is not in this family working with y'all. So I understand where Pope is coming from, not wanting to bring new people into what this family has. And Smurf really isn't on board with it either because it is a military base. Like I said, it's a military base. It's not like I said, it's not like a jewelry store, a bank, or anything like that. It's military. It's high secure. Trained people who are armed, who are trained to kill trespassers. So it's like, like say you gotta have all your ducks in a row if you want to, mess with the military. Um, so next we see Bass go to his dad's trailer. Okay, goes to his dad's trailer and he's trying to see where his dad is at. He's not back, so alright, then I'm gonna feed the cat. Alright. Darren and Craig, they're playing pool. And before this, Darren and Craig were like just talking cash crap, saying that, oh, we don't need to do this. And it's like, so sick and tired of listening to Bass, listening to Smurf, sick and tired of it. Okay, we need to do things our way. It's like, we're going to do things on our time. Like, they're just talking cash shit. And so Smurf and Jay come. And Smurf is pissed because the guys aren't doing what Bass told them to do. So she tells Jay to go wait in the car. And she tells the boys, get on the job. Like, do what you need to do. Craig was saying, basically Craig was standing up for himself. And he was like, no, we're going to do things our way. And it's like, we're going to do things on our time, our way. Is that right, Darren? Darren didn't say nothing. Darren was quiet as a church mouse. And that's what I don't like. Okay, I like all the guys. All the guys have their own, pros and cons that I like about them. Darren. I like Darren, but here's the thing. Darren talks, but he doesn't back it up. You're saying all this stuff about Smurf and like, oh, I'm so ready to like do my own thing. It's like, oh, I'm so sick and tired of listening to her, but you come crawling right back to her, and you're talking all this stuff about her, talking all this stuff about Bass, but then when somebody like needs your back, like, you're not there. And I don't like that about Darren. He needs to stop being all about talk and not about action. So Craig is pissed. Okay. Baz comes home and Catherine asks where he's been. He's not giving her an answer. And she brings up about how guys at the bar have been flirting with her and that she wants to give in, but she lets them down gently because she doesn't want to affect their tips. Baz was like, I'm not cheating on you. False, you have a girl all the way in Mexico. You got a girl all the way in Mexico. Okay. And he tells her that he's been visiting his dad. He's been looking after his dad. And she was like, isn't he supposed to be in jail for life? Bass was like, no, I mean, I guess after doing 26 years, the, court was like, let him walk. So apparently he did something like, you must have did like something like really bad to get like life. Like murder, something to get life in jail, but you only did 26 years of a life sentence. So something must have happened there. But she's shocked. Like, why are you still talking to? Why are you still talking to your dad? And he was like, I mean, would you still want to talk to your parents if they were alive? And he tells her that he's been feeding a cat. So a little laughing moment between them. So Ren is having a party, and the party favors, sometimes party favors are usually like candles or like shot glasses, cookies, stuff like that. Party favors, things like that. Well, party favors at Ren's party consist of alcohol and cocaine. Awesome party favors. And so, everybody's drinking, everybody's snorting coke, chopping it up. And, man, that's some good stuff, man. That's some good stuff. And then him and Ren, they have back in like a restaurant freezer because her cousin, where they're having a party at, he's like in charge of this restaurant or whatever. So they go back to the freezer and they have sex in the freezer. Um, Darren and Pope, they are about to break into a house. And so they're like messing with the alarm system, not triggering it, but disarming the alarm. And they go into the house, and the camera cuts to a picture, and they are about to rob Paul's house. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. So Ren and Craig get done. And she was like, I have to go because I don't want to see this. Craig's like, see what? She finds out that Sage was somewhere else while she OD'd. And so Craig is trying to cover his butt. And he's like, must have been an honest mistake. We'll find out, who did it. And she says, you took my necklace. Because y'all remember Craig stole her necklace while he was stealing all her other drugs. And she said that he left her there to die. And I'm going to do the same thing to you. And then we see her cousin and two of his other friends like bum rush Craig and like beat the crap out of him. Pope and Darren, they're getting TVs, they're getting fake jewelry, and Darren got his briefcase. Darren got the briefcase. He was like, what's in there? I don't know, like classified documents, military, classified, confidential papers, all the federal stuff. So they walk out, they put the alarm back, and they bust the window, causing the alarm to go off. So at the pier, Jay is with Nikki and her family. And so Paul gets a phone call, and he's looking shook. He's like, we gotta go. We gotta go home now. Like, we gotta go now. At the restaurant, Craig is scared because he's tied up. And Ren's cousin is cooking something on the stove. And he has a syringe filled with the stuff that he's cooking on the stove. And Craig's freaking out. He's like, no, dude, like, I'm sorry, it won't happen again. Oh my god. I'm sorry. And then he starts peeing, and they inject him with something. They inject him, and then he's naked, y'all. Remember, he's naked. And he just starts peeing. Okay? And come to find out that they injected him with saline, tea, and salt. Okay, so what they say is that they want $6,000 from what you stole from Ren. So he stole $6,000 worth of drugs. So they want $6,000 and the stuff that he was using tonight. So you better call whoever to bring the money here. And so Craig makes a phone call. So Nikki and her family, they get back to the house, and Paul's freaking out. They're all freaking out. They're like, the wife is like, oh my gosh, how did they get in? Oh my gosh, what? And Nikki's like, oh my god, where did I go upstairs? Look at my stuff. The son is like looking, trying to find stuff. So where Paul's like, where's my briefcase? Where is my briefcase? I need to know where my briefcase is. You find my briefcase, let me know. Where is my briefcase? Oh my gosh. And Jay is looking like, what is going on? No way is this happening. No way. So we get back to Craig at the restaurant, and Smurf comes and she drops off the money, and she slaps Craig because she's disappointed in what has happened. And she hands the money to Ren's cousin, and she says, don't take my kindness for weakness. Warning. Warning. So Jay gets home, and he asks Darren, did you guys rob Nikki's house? And Darren tells him that it's not his fault. He just does the heavy lifting. And it was Baz. It was Baz's idea. And Baz isn't going to stop. So it is what it is with that. You want to challenge Baz, you go ahead and do that, Jay. Don't you just hate it when you wear chapstick? And like, I don't know, the corners of your mouth like start like, ugh, I hate that. But Smurf and Craig, they get home, and she tells him like, I've always like embraced your wild side. I always wanted you to be out and like having fun, but there's a line that you just can't cross when it comes to stuff like that. And she tells him that she sees qualities in him, but he needs to pull his stuff together. And if this happens again, she will not be there anymore. Okay, so Craig needs to straighten up. Okay. Baz and Catherine, they're talking about having another kid. Okay, so Nikki comes over the next day. It's the next day. Nikki comes over, and Jay breaks up with her, and she's freaking out. She's like, "What did I do? Like, what did I say? Like, do you not like me? Do you not like what's going on? What's going on?" And Jay was just basically telling her that we just need to break up. Okay, just right now we need to take a break. Nikki said something that pissed Jay off. Nikki couldn't handle the breakup. Understandable. But she just started freaking out. She said that you don't care about anybody because you watched your mom get shot up by a drug dealer and had sex with her, and that brought Jay to like a dark place. He grabbed her. He said, "Don't you ever talk." He said, "Don't you ever talk about my mother. Do you understand me? Don't you ever talk about her. Don't you ever talk about her. Don't you ever come near this house again." I was like, "Oh, okay, Jay. Like, oh, never seen this side of you. Okay." So Nikki pushes him off of her, and she leaves. So it's lunchtime, and Smurf has like food for everybody, and she hands the food to everybody. Pope was like, you know, Craig's looks good. I'm gonna switch with Craig. Craig's just like, man, what are you talking about? And so they're going back and forth, and then gets Pope's bowl that he switched from Craig. And so he just gets that bowl, and then Smurf looks at it, and then she takes the bowl that was originally Pope that he took from Craig, that Darren got from Craig, and then Smurf took that bowl from Craig, and she started eating. So Pope knows that she is putting drugs in his food. Okay. Jay comes in the house, and Smurf knows that he's upset, and she tells him that he lied and said that Nikki broke up with him. Well, it's the complete opposite of that. Baz goes over to Paul's house, and he's asking him, what happened? Did they take anything? Paul's like, yeah, they took my briefcase, and it's nothing major, but just like classified files that he takes home with him because he doesn't want to be like in the office on the base all day. So it's like he took some files home with him. And so Baz tells him that he can get his briefcase back. Okay, his business in which he does, he can get stuff back. He makes up another lie. Nikki runs into Baz while Baz is leaving, and she's upset, and he sees that, and come to find out, she tells him that Jay broke up with her. Okay, so Jay is riding his bike, and he gets a call from Baz telling him to meet him on the beach. And so we see Pope in the garage, and Smurf walks up to him and shows him the pills. She said that I've been putting this in your food and in your beverages because I knew that you would not take them. You need to be on your medication. Now, it hasn't been discussed on what what Pope is on medication for. Now, if y'all recall what medication he's on, put it in the comments. But I have no recollection of what he needs the medication for. Maybe it's like bipolar or like schizophrenia or something to deal mentally. So it's like, if y'all remember why he's taking medication and what for, then put it in the comments because I don't remember. But she says that he needs to be put on his medication. And he was like, so she doesn't like him. He basically says, so you don't like me when I'm off my medication. Basically, he's like, I can throw him away, I can flush him, basically taunting Smurf. So Jay meets with Baz, and he told her that, yeah, Nikki broke up with me. But then Pope was like, not Pope, but Baz was like, but, she told me that you broke up with her. Okay. And basically, Baz was like, I know what you're trying to do. Everybody outside of this family is a mark. And basically what I got from that whole conversation was like, you're not. What I got from that whole conversation was that Baz isn't going to let Jay stop what he's doing. Basically, that's what I got from the whole conversation. He's going to keep doing what he's doing. And if he has a problem with it, then it will be handled accordingly. Okay? So Smurf told Baz about Pope, about telling Pope that she's been giving him the medication, but he didn't tell Baz. But he didn't tell Pope about Baz knowing. But then Baz brings up to Smurf that we have something else we got to worry about. And she finds out, got to worry about Jay. And so last scene that we got, Jay going over to Alexa's house and asking her if he can come in. So that was the episode 6 of season 1 of Animal Kingdom. Whoop whoop whoop. Yeah, so I will see you guys. So next review is going to be Good Girls. You're going to get 2 Good Girls reviews, and then after Good Girls review, you're going to get 2 Animal Kingdom reviews until we both finish out, until both seasons are finished, because both seasons end in 10 episodes. So we're going to do that. All right, we are about to wrap up season 1 of both shows. Okay, I will see you guys later. Peace, love,